This film starts with some running. I feel like I should be playing some Rocky music over it, but there's not enough time for that as Rainbow Dash has an emergency.
I was just telling Rainbow Dash here that a broken guitar string doesn't really qualify as an emergency.
A guitar string. You had me all worried for a guitar string. Sunset gives Rainbow Dash a new guitar string and then writes to Twilight.
Dear Princess Twilight, how's life treating you in Equestria? Any cool new magic spells?
When a mysterious hooded person comes off the bus and points some sort of ghost busting equipment at the portal to Equestria.
Hey! Who was that?
You know, that could have been a really cool reveal if, I don't know, she wasn't at the end of Rainbow Rocks, or on the movie posters, or in the trailers, or that preview clip that came up before the film. It kind of ruins the surprise. Well, my complaining about film promotions aside, Twilight gets off the bus and enters this place. After the opening, we see Twilight doing techie things, which is something I never thought I'd say. After that, we return to Canterlot High, and the group, I don't know what to call them, are discussing the person Sunset saw.
Think she came through the portal from Equestria?
No, I'm pretty sure I would have noticed that. I think she was from over here.
Well, that's a relief. The last thing we need is another magical so-and-so bent on world domination coming over from Equestria.
It's nice to see that they're all now cool with the whole trying to take over the world thing. But then Rainbow Dash has her own theory on who is at the statue.
Seeing as how they got off a bus from the city and got back on a bus headed to the city, I'll bet they go to Crystal Prep.
Apparently, the Crystal Prep Shadow Bolts, you know, that thing Nightmare Moon made up in the pilot to test Rainbow Dash's loyalty, beat the CHS students at everything, even golf, like that's a sport.
Not anymore. This time, things are gonna be different.
Tomorrow, Canterlot High School will be hosting our fellow students from Crystal Prep Academy as we join together in the spirit of excellence, sportsmanship, and fidelity to compete in the Friendship Games.
I think this will be the best thing to happen here at CHS since the fall formal and the Battle of the Bands.
Since the games only happen every 4 years, I'm sure you're all curious what goes on.
You mean other than us losing?
Zing! Rainbow Dash then takes to the stage to make a rousing speech.
Oh dear, I hope the speech isn't meant to be motivational.
We'll always be wonderful forever. And now our time has finally arrived. 'Cause we believe in the magic of friendship. And you know, at the end of the day, it is we who survive.
Survive what? Rainbow Dash then grows wings, pony ears and a tail without playing a note on her guitar. So, why did she need a new guitar string?
That was amazing.
Is anybody else wondering how Dash ponied up without playing her guitar?
Pony up. What, are they now going to have a Power Rangers morphin sequence every time they grow ears and tails? Pony, 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 gargoyle, ah!
Well, it would be nice if you girls could get a handle on it. We'd like to keep magic as far away from the Friendship Games as possible. We don't want to be accused of cheating. Sunset Shimmer, you came here from a world of magic. Perhaps you can get to the bottom of our magical development.
After Sunset writes to Twilight, we rejoin the other Twilight.
Spike! Spike! Last night's field test confirmed it, Spike. With this device, I can track and contain the bizarre
Technobabble, 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 technobabble. When in walks Principal Cadence.
Dean Cadence.
Dean? What the fluff is a Dean? Actually, that's not the only thing wrong with her. Was blue really the best shade for her eyeshadow? I know in the pony show the only one that wears eyeshadow is Rarity, but wouldn't a light purple or dark lilac have gone better with her pink skin? Or heck, maybe something closer to that gold streak in her hair. Or maybe just the eyeliner on its own. I don't know, do girls wear eyeshadow and eyeliner at the same time? I was always under the impression it was generally one or the other. Well, Cadence tells Twilight that the real principal wants to see her in her office. And on the way up, hang on. Kids, classroom. Kids, classroom. Kids, classroom. They go to class? I don't think we've ever seen any of the CHS students go to class. Well, apart from in the books. And yes, I have read the books. Well, one of them. Well, I'm working through it. During this song, we really get to see that whoever designed the interior and whoever designed the exterior was clearly two different people. I mean, seriously, where is this room reflected on the outside of the building? It's like Twilight's castle all over again. Dun 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 dun. Wait, Shiny Armor's a student? Does that mean this world's cadence is single? Not that I...
Twilight, I'll be honest. It doesn't matter whether or not Crystal Prep wins or loses. The important thing is that we are expected to win because Crystal Prep has a reputation.
And I thought I overpronounced my R's. Grrr.
It seems Canterlot High is undergoing something of a renaissance. Test scores are up, grades, even athletics are on the rise.
How? They never go to class. All they do is prepare for school events, go to school events, and try to take over the world. Now I know how the Duras sisters felt after they bugged Geordie's visor.
In return for contributing your agile mind to these games, I will use my influence to guarantee your application is approved. Though I suppose I could also have it denied.
Well done on that CGI. After some scenes, it doesn't establish whether this is another day, another week, another month, but... What is it with these Equestria Girls films and shipping? I don't want to ship them! Or do I?
Thank you, Vice Principal Luna.
Ole! Seriously, what is it with these designs? I mean, Celestia is meant to be the oldest, and yet she looks younger than Cadence and Luna. How did that happen? Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Or more than likely DHX dropped the ball on that one. That said, her legs are still huge.
But I hear it's not going to be so easy this time.
Yes, your school's grades have been going up even though we never see any of your students attend a lesson. Did I mention that yet? Well, at least one Crystal Prep student isn't backhanded or passive-aggressive. Twilight Steely finds magic inside Canterlot High, which of course leads her to...
Twilight? I almost didn't recognize you.
I gotta go.
Okay. Bye?
Is that a subtle knock to the fandom for making fun of Flash Sentry?
Oh, don't be silly, darling. Putting effort into clothes is what I live for, and spending time on my friends fills me with energy.
Moe, kyun! Or not.
Actually, Twilight?
Twilight?
This is getting ridiculous. It isn't. That Twilight is obviously the Twilight from this world, since it couldn't possibly be the Twilight from the Pony World, since the Twilight from the Pony World doesn't go to Crystal Prep or with glasses.
Don't worry, Celestia. The Brony analysts don't understand multiverse theory either. After that, the group discussed the recent development, when Sunset Shimmer has a bit of an outburst.
Our Twilight is a princess in Equestria and an expert in friendship magic. And if she was here, we'd have already figured out why magic is randomly popping up during pep rallies and costume changes.
But don't you remember, darling? What we needed to defeat them was you.
Are they going to kiss? Well, the group then decide to check out the preparations for the games, but Sunset separates from them to work on the problem she's been tasked with, and goes to the portal.
Maybe there's another way I could reach her.
Hey, let's go!
Where's the portal? Where's the portal?
The next scene, there's a party where the students of the two schools aren't getting along, and Twilight is acting quite weird. And when the group ask her what she's doing, things just go from bad to worse.
Who wants to know? We do? Hi, I'm Pinkie Pie. Oh, hi, I'm Twilight. I know. You look just like my friend. Her name is Twilight, too. Something is definitely missing. Come on! Yeah! Are you sure this is a good idea? Absolutely!
Well, that broke the ice, and Pinkie Pie ponied up.
I am party pooped.
Ah, like the episode. Well, things don't last long with Cinch around.
Good morning, students.
I'm guessing that means this is a different day. Well, this is the start of the friendship games, or at least the academic part of it. It's done in song, although one slightly distracting thing is how, apart from the group, all the other students are shown as incompetents. Another thing, I think they got some of these scenes played in the wrong order. I mean, is a 2-story birdhouse really more impressive than the Mona Lisa in Cake? Like this film needed any more shipping fuel. Well, we've come to the final round.
Incorrect.
Congratulations. You were really great.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Okay then.
You know, this reminds me of a story. A storm was heading to a city. Everyone took protection at its walls except for one man who Kalis asked what he was doing. He replied, "I will stand before the wind and make it respect me." He died. Well, Spike gets zapped by a laser and is now talking like Scooby-Doo. Jinkies, Cinch almost caught Twilight talking to Spike.
Who knows? Perhaps they will reveal to you the secret to Canterlot High's newfound success.
Wouldn't we all like to know?
Well, it's your decision, Twilight. It's not as if your application hangs in the balance. On second thought, yes it does.
I am subtle. Oh wait, I am not. Gah! After Fluttershy tells the group about what happened, they try to come up with theories as to what's going on, while going to see the next event, and we never had anything like this at my school.
Since archery is a standard requirement at our school, any of you should be able to do it.
At what school is warfare a standard require... Oh, I just answered my own question. Well, the games begin, and at first it all seems to be going Crystal Prep's way. Although I seriously doubt that this is possible. It goes their way at least until Twilight has to hit the target. At which point we see the Crystal Prep students' true colours.
You're really bad at this.
I can't take anymore.
Applejack helps Twilight hit the target. And then this happens.
See? I was telling you the truth.
I don't know!
This goes back to what I was saying about the guy who wanted a storm to respect him. After Twilight's amulet took the magic from Fluttershy, several portals opened which of course Spike jumped through. But either through ignorance or arrogance, Twilight didn't stop or ask someone what was going on. She continued without considering the possibility that if something can go in, maybe something can come out. And what do you know, something has come out and it's hostile. One carnivorous plant-filled race later, Twilight is able to get the amulet closed. And Sunset Shimmer has a few words for her. After she takes yet more magic from Rainbow Dash.
You're supposed to be so smart, but did you ever think that you shouldn't be messing around with things you don't understand?
Is Sunset yelling at Twilight or herself? Oh, and Cinch hears the whole thing.
You can't possibly call that a fair race.
The next scene is the start of the final event, where Cinch is giving her students a pep talk.
What if they grow wings again?
A fair question, though I believe we can now fight fire with fire.
I realize that you've always been an outcast. It's not everyone at school who likes to think.
Oh, I've been calling her the wrong name this whole time. It's not Principal Cinch, it's Principal Tim Curry. Actually, for all my horse around, this is actually a very good song. Actually, now that I think about it, all the songs in this film have been an improvement. Cool. Twilight starts to open portals all over the place, pretty much tearing that world apart in her attempt to...
I want to understand it all!
Yeah, that. After that, Sunset Shimmer has an epiphany and does her own magical girl transformation. As silly as the end results are, at least she's able to close Twilight's portals, before partaking in an battle with Twilight.
Spike.
Take my hand, Twilight.
We're shipping forever, shipping together.
Principal Celestia, and it's certainly obvious that your students have been using magic for their own benefit.
At least they didn't manipulate Twilight into releasing all the stolen magic and turning into a power-crazed magical creature that tried to rip the world apart just to win a game.
Wow, that's a lot to take in when you say it all at once. Mind you, I can't leave out this line from Sour Sweet.
Actually, we're all to blame. Mostly it was her. Good. I'm sure they would be very interested in hearing all about the magical students with wings.
Oh, and the portals to different dimensions.
And don't forget to tell them about the talking dog.
But the dog really did talk! Anyway, Twilight transfers to Canterlot High instead of Everton because... friendship. And then Princess Twilight comes through the portal just in time to give us a teaser for what's to come in the Season 5 finale.
I'm so sorry I didn't get her sooner. I didn't get your messages until just now because I was caught in this time travel loop, and honestly, it was the strangest thing that's ever happened to me.
The biggest problem with this film is you need to have watched the first Equestria Girls film and Rainbow Rocks in order for it to make sense. And for those to make sense, you need to have watched Friendship is Magic first. So you can't use this film to introduce people who may be interested in the series, but find the whole talking horse thing too weird. And I would like there to be at least one Equestria Girls film where I could say, hey, here's this film, it's like the series, but they're humans. Apart from that, the only real problems I have are nitpicks like animation errors and questionable design choices, both in characters and in buildings. But like I said in my first reaction, this is a good conclusion to Sunset Shimmer's story arc. And now that this is a full video, I can go more in depth in why I think they didn't just zap the bad guy good. There are some similarities between human Twilight and pony Twilight at the beginning of Friendship is Magic. And that is, both seem to derive more satisfaction from their studies than from interactions with others. But where pony Twilight had Minuet, Lemon Hearts, Twinkle Shine and Moondancer to reach out to her as friends, even if Twilight herself wasn't always the most receptive to it, human Twilight had the Crystal Prep students. And they're not exactly the friendliest bunch. So she didn't see much point in being social, not least because it would result in receiving a scathing or passive-aggressive comment. However, she snuck her dog Spike into school because she knew deep down she needed companionship, even if she wasn't aware of it. And when Twilight's thirst for knowledge got out of control, it was seeing her companion Spike that gave Sunset Shimmer the opportunity to rationalise with her. So yeah, good film, can't wait for the next one.